It's funny when we were laughing about those pictures in the room about you when you first come over, first turn pro. Just you're just all over the place, weren't you?
I was, but I don't know what I was doing. I was a kid.
Well, but you didn't know what you were doing when you were in the ring, really, did you? I mean, when someone phoned me up, I can't even remember how the conversation started, but it was like, right, we got Conor Benn here. He's Nigel Benn's son. I was like, Nigel Benn's son? That is unbelievable. Let's sign him. It was like, is he any good? Has he had any fights? And then I think literally you'd had, what, 7 or 8 amateur fights or
No, about 19, 20.
Was it?
Yeah. But then obviously
but small,
they were,
they're
in like sheds.
In Australia?
Yeah. Mad to think how I've got to where I've got to now. You know, like looking back there, doors just open. And I couldn't say no to it.
But the thing is, although I'm definitely not a fighter or an athlete, we're quite similar in that we both got really successful dads.
Yeah.
Both got, our own dreams as well, but were always Nigel Benn's son.
Yeah.
Or Barry Hearn's son. And now I'm 42, but you, even at your age, you're not actually Nigel Benn's son anymore to a lot of people. You are to the older guy that grew up with your old man, but to the younger generation now, he's your dad.
Yeah.
You probably joke about that, because I joke about that.
No, it happens. So when we go out, and we've gone out before, they go, oh, are you Conor Benn's dad? Oh, mate. You know, when I heard that for the first time, I was just like, I've made it. They said, forget the world title, forget everything else. Dad, you hear that, mate? I got to repeat it again and again and again. But you know what? I just think it's because I'm here on my own and I speak for myself, I speak on behalf of myself, I fight for myself. And it feels like I've had such a long career already in terms of how long I've been around, but it ain't really been that long. If you think the injuries have held me up. So really, I've only had about 3 years fighting. You know, I was out with my torn tendon for ages, I was out with my broken jaw for ages, and the public just see me for me now.
But I think you got the respect. I think when you started, I see it with Campbell Hatton now.
Yeah.
It's hard, isn't it? Because everyone looks at these guys fighting on these big shows, and the reason that you're fighting on those big shows is because you're Ricky Hatton's son, or you're Nigel Benn's son. When you debuted at the O2, you had no right to debut at the O2. It was just that you were Nigel Benn's son. But everything else you've done since then is through your own back, and actually what you've done is you've become, people have respected you for being Conor Benn.
Yeah.
Not for being, and I think one of the best things that ever happened, and this is down to your old man, is that he left you to it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I mean, it was so good seeing him for the last fight and seeing him ringside and everything, but he left you to your whole career.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, that's very difficult as a father, especially as a fighter.
He's trusted the team I've got around me.
Yeah, but that's a blessing. And I remember, obviously he's close with Tony anyway, but I remember even when he said to me, look, I trust you with Conor.
Yeah, and it's just funny, now me having my own son.
But your old man's always said to me, he said, one thing I was jealous of in my career was the relationship your dad had with Eubank.
Yeah.
Because they were so close.
Yeah.
They would, they always said, like, they've done in interviews, we'd take a bullet for each other, that's how it was. And he never really had that person that was looking out for him, putting their arm around him and sort of pointing him in the right direction.
And that's something he could have done within his career. The hard fights he had, but we move. And my dad sees that now with me and you, that I'm well looked after, and it's a good relationship. That I think it's important to have a good relationship with your promoter.
I think he's got the buzz though, hasn't he?
Of course he has.
That's why.
But that was why he wanted that comeback.
Yeah.
Was because I think it was reliving everything for me, and he thought, do you know what? I could give it one last crack, because it wasn't until I turned pro.
You were all right with that comeback though, weren't you?
No way.
But you never really, publicly, you never...
Yeah, because you got to support. You got to support your own. It's my dad. Yeah. I can't then behind closed doors, I was going to him, mate, what are you doing? He's in the gym. He was in the gym and he's sparring Felix. So Felix is a bit of a liberty taker sometimes. So then I've looked at Felix and I'm watching intensely, and I'm looking at Felix going, you land on my dad, mate. I'll get in there. Not that I could do much anyway. But it's just funny, but he don't need to fight. He can live all their moments for me.
Yeah, of course. Oh, he must be so proud.
He is. He is, but it's just mental. Sometimes I've got to pinch myself as to how I've got where I am. And then I realised I apply myself. When I used to live in Ilford and do all the run-ins at 3, 4 in the morning on my own, up in the freezing cold, I'm telling you, when you move from Spain to Australia to then Ilford, big change of lifestyle, I'll tell you that now, but it's all pays off, doesn't it?
Bit chilly, going inside now, talk business with the Destroyer.
BBC Sounds. Music, radio, podcasts.